It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. Who knows what we're in store for here? And it's coming up next.
Just a little ways east from the nation's political arena, we're in a much different type of arena here. Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. He'll take this at the 10. He's got a lane up past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. They're brought out by a former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
There's just certain quarterbacks, the way they run on the field, you just say their name and just some adjectives and attributes pop up right away. For Baker Mayfield, scrappy, tough, a will to win. I'm not surprised at all to see himself back in the starting role. Not surprised at all to see him flourish. The dude is mentally tough, he's mentally strong, and he typically makes the most of his opportunities.
Mayfield comes out throwing. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Baker now off the play fake. That one's complete, right side. And they bring him down around the 34.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Shotgun handoff to Irving. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. That's good for 7 yards. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Mayfield on 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Cade Otton. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Here's the give to Irving. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Once again, Irving. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a couple yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
3rd down, here's Mayfield. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
On fourth down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. This is from 35 out on the left hash. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. He's going to field this at the 2. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
Jaden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the 2-time MVP, Jaden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it. But, man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL.
He gets this one to McLaurin. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Short side option here. He's running left. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That's a short gain of 1. And the Commanders will have a first.
Certainly drop these quarterback keepers anticipating a whole lot more yardage, but I think it could be overlooked there since they did pick up the first down. If anything, they can see what kept it to a small gain over there on the sidelines, and they'll come back to it on the next set of downs.
He'll get this to Samuel. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 47. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. up to make that play. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Daniels throwing on third. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Now their opening drive's certainly going according to plan, Brock. It's a new set of downs at the 27. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Complete. It's McLaurin. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. It's enough for a first down. Nice find by the rookie quarterback from LSU.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Working inside the red zone. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to keep it this time. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Catch is made in close. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown yet. He's out of bounds. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have first and goal.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And that's a Washington touchdown! Well, whether he stays the go-to guy the entire game, we will all judge together, but no doubt about it on that opening drive, Brock. He was the star. Bunch of catches and a touchdown to begin this one.
Yeah, I think this is twofold. Number one, you love to get this guy started early. He's a playmaker. He's a difference maker. Number two, this defense, well, they better be on high alert because this offense feels like they have a matchup they can attack, and that time attack a third time for 6.
And the kick is good, and we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. So the Buccaneer offense getting out there for their second drive. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. First and 10 now from the 30. Mayfield now from the gun. Completes this one to Otten. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Running back sent in motion. Got his target. It's Otten. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. He still has room inside the 30. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. Running it after the penalty. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory. He'll get 2 yards, and that brings up 2nd down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Baker now from the gun. On the move, past the 40. And they make the tackle at the 38. And for the Commanders, a 5th defensive back out there. They're going nickel on 3rd down. Mayfield now, blitz coming. Evans brings in the slant. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
First and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake. Here's Mayfield. Caught by the open man. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And they will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers take a 2nd quarter lead. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your 2nd read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Buccaneers push their lead to 3. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Starting at the 10. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Commanders and Terry McLaurin ready for another look on offense. And after watching their passing attack take them the length of the field last drive, Brock, I expect we're probably going to see a heavy dose of the aerial attack again here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Completed here to McCaffrey. And that's good for a gain of 5. Levante David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, Daniels. That's complete. Here's Austin Eckler. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Daniels back to throw. That's taken in by Samuel. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Commanders will have a first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Daniels from the pistol. This is hauled in by McLaurin. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Again, Daniels to the air. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate, but the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Man in motion, out of the slot. Robinson will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. Do you continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or are you now forced to put the ball in the air?
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Daniels now. And they will score. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders take a 2nd quarter lead. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Gay to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders take a 4-point lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Tucker now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield ready for this next possession. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
They kick the running back in motion. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Excellent pickup to move the chains, 36 yards in the end.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
First down, here's Baker. That's going to be caught by Evans. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. The Buccaneers pushing for a late spark before halftime. Baker throwing again. This finds Evans complete. And they get this down to the 28. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. That's incomplete left side.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing again is Baker. Right side, hauled in by Godwin. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Mayfield to throw again. Brought in close to the 8. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. Third down, 1 yard to go. They put a receiver in motion here left. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Escapes the pocket. And they will score. It's a Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers get some late points and the lead. Baker Mayfield, the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
McLaughlin's extra point is up and good. And the Buccaneers push their lead to 3. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Brings in the kick at the 9. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Commanders head out now late in the first half. They don't have much time left, but facing a small deficit, they could try to get this into field goal range. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. On first down, here's Daniels. Flushed down now to his left. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
This offense has been in a rhythm, settled in and found it in the first half, but hopefully that sack for this defense can disrupt that rhythm just a little bit. Kind of reminds me, Kate, in baseball when you're facing an elite pitcher, just get somebody on base. Just make that pitcher think a little bit. Hopefully that sack for this defense does the same to the QB.
We've reached the break. The Bucs visitors, but fighting out to an early advantage. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit, but first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Reports. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. He fields it from the 8. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Commander offense with the football first to begin quarter number 3. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Daniels. Got a man. Robinson has it. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Daniels on first down. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. From the gun, it's Daniels. Got a man. McCaffrey has it. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit. And you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
New set of downs for him from the 46. From the gun, it's Robinson. And the power play up the gun only results in 2 yards.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. He'll get this one to Brown. And this one does not go far. The Buccaneers bringing out a dime. Look, 3rd down coming. Shotgun snap to Daniels. It's taken in by Eckler. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders take the lead right away in half number 2. It's an Austin Eckler touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
Gay to add the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders take a 4-point lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Tucker now on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Buccaneers and receiver Mike Evans headed back out. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Baker now from the gun. He finds Evans left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. First and 10. Here's Mayfield. Got Evans. It's complete. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Play fake, it's Mayfield. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Man in motion, headed right. Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. That's Evans making the catch outright. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Off the play fake, here's Mayfield. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for Chris Godwin that time. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short?
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Third and short, Mayfield. Got his target, it's Otten. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. A 1-yard gain on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They bring their tight end left. On target to Godwin. And he gets him around 6 there. Marshawn Lattimore up for the secondary for the stop.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them could throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
Again for the first time to Rachaad White. And he gets this forward to the 19. That one gains 7. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
Find me an offense that won't take that type of result every snap. Good execution, a quality gain, and it moved the sticks.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Irvin here from the gun. Stiff arm success. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Irving does not get in. His push is stopped just short of that goal line.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. There's a toss to White. And he'll go out, no gain on the run. It looked like they had it, but nope, no gain, and now they're just inches short for 3rd down.
Hey, I know 3rd and 1 feels like an automatic running down, but after seeing that last play yield you nothing, this offense and that coordinator's got a seed of doubt. This defense playing some mind games with them.
Mayfield now on 3rd and goal. That one's incomplete in the end zone. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that forces them to 4th and goal.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
On 4th down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. This is a chip shot from the left hash. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single-point Brock as they send this off and away. He'll begin his return from the 11. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The Commanders and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. First carry now for Austin Eckler. And he's got a chunk of yards as we've reached the end of 3. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's the Commanders' ball. A chance at a win if they can hang on to their lead through the 4th. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Daniels. Throw complete to Eckler. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Samuel comes in motion left. Robinson on the inside give. And he's going to get him up to the midfield stripe with that run. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Daniels from the pistol. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Third and a lone yard coming up. Throwing now, Daniels. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They'll motion him out of the backfield. That's McLaurin on the quick slant. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Option play. Here's a give to Eckler. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. Second down now, 7 to go. He gets this one to McLaurin. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. All right, here we go. Second down. Play fake here. Daniels. Into the hands of Samuel. Complete. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
Daniels throwing on third. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Matt Gay now in a high-pressure spot. From the right hash, this is going to be a 51-yarder. Got all of it, and this is good! And now their lead will push out beyond the field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Kate, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Tucker now on the return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And he's been reading the coverage, dare I say, Brock, even better than his quarterback has all game. I mean, he just continues to find openings and make plays in this second half. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, here's Baker. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Mayfield now from the gun. Completes this one to Otten. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
On the give, this is Irving. And he's got this down to the 40. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
He'll throw it. Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Short pass brought in. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. They'll come up 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Complete out to the right side. Second down now, 7 to go. Running left, this is Irving. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. To throw. To the corner of the end zone, but incomplete. Oh, he made the catch, but didn't get down in bounds.
Well, he had the space from the defender and the concentration to make a great catch. What he didn't have was enough end zone real estate. That's just a very, very exciting incompletion.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Now to throw. He brings it in. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds. It's an 8-yard gain. What a great call on 4th down. It keeps this drive moving.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Here he is to throw. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Well, now this is certainly going to make 2nd and goal considerably more difficult. He could have gotten rid of it to avoid the big loss, but give some credit here to the defense as well. That pressure was suffocating, and it's going to make it a more difficult now 2nd and goal situation.
Setting up to pass. Buys time, rolling right. And they got there in time. He's taken down. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
Kate, you just know as a quarterback, there's situations where you're going to gain the trust of the play caller or quickly lose it. And when you take back-to-back sacks, you've lost the trust of your coordinator. And now on 3rd down, well, you better do all you can to regain it.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Here he is to throw. He's on the move. Still on his feet. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Running back sent in motion. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And he's in, and that's a touchdown. And with almost no time left, he just likely won them this game. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minute.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And, Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
Extra point upcoming. This to put it to a field goal game. And he shakes out the pressure to nail the point after, and now an opposing field goal would only tie this game. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. The Commanders ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. First and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Trying again, following the sack. He'll get this one to Brown. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. This is for the ball game. Oh, what a play! He pulls in the Hail Mary and wins this game! For students of this incredible game, Brock, they'll know just how incredible a finish we all just witnessed. Very rarely does a game end on a walk-off touchdown, and even rarer does it happen on that type of home run play.
Yeah, these fans, they came here hoping for a good game, and they got a great one. They were all just treated to what you and I were treated to, one of the most memorable finishes we've ever called.
So next to the nation's capital, it's a home win for the Commanders. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now, and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.